3 millimeter all the way down this flight path. You've got to remain south of the river. Grab some altitude coming in here.
Thank you, boys. Where'll you be when I need you?
Right here.
Okay.
Got to put some air in the tires because it ran when it was parked. Well, after some compressor drama, my big compressor I just recently purchased, the belt broke right in the middle of filling these tires up. So I had to use my backup compressor, which hopefully wouldn't explode on me because it's older than Methuselah. I bought that at Harbor Freight 25 years ago, 2006, 16, 20 years ago. Okay, hang on, folks. It sucks to be old. I got this little rolly chair just to do crap like this. No, I haven't had my knee surgery yet, but it's coming. We still got several other doctor's appointments to go to before they'll even. I got to see a cardiologist, a urologist, and my regular doctor. Because believe it or not, you have to be healthy enough to have the surgery. You just can't have surgery. And that doesn't want to come off. Oh, there we go. Okay. That compressor. The last time I actually took this to the desert, I let 10 pounds of air, or actually 12 pounds out of the tires. I don't normally air down, but I did this time, and I just haven't filled up again. I got to do the same thing to the other side. You're not going to see anything, so I'll get back to you when that's all done. Okay, guys, I've got this big antenna I picked up at a yard sale, and one of the things I found out recently is that they are on the brink of passing regulations requiring off-road vehicles that travel through state parks in the desert, and if you're driving off-road on trails, this is what this refers to. Have to have it has to have a flag on it. It has to be at least, I don't know exactly, but it has to be several feet over the top of the vehicle. Now, that's not a rule yet. It is in some areas, like certain sand dune areas, but the general desert, that is not a rule yet, but it will be. It's coming. I put Loctite on these. Anyway, the problem is most people aren't doing it. Well, they're not going to do it. Now, to be brutally honest, the Parks Department and the Department of the Interior, and this is true, the Department of the Interior has traditionally been short-staffed. I hope these fit. Oh, yes. The Department of the Interior, Fish and Game, and the Parks Department have been short-staffed when it comes to patrolling vast areas of the California desert. So part of being a good citizen is kind of complying with these rules, especially if they're not terrible rules. I mean, they want you to put a flag on your car so that people riding ATVs or other off-road vehicles, if you're coming up to a rise, your flag appears first. So they know to slow down, or you know to slow down, which if you're coming up on a steep hill or any steep approach, you should slow down anyway. I know it's a lot of fun to jump these, these hills and sand dunes. Wow, that's great sport, blah, blah, blah. But the problem you run into is there could be I don't think to shake it up. It doesn't say shake well, but you know. It's been sitting a long time. I don't know if it has a shelf life. The problem you run into is that accidents do happen and people are severely injured and yes, sometimes killed in these accidents. I'd be a fool to say it happens every time because that's not true. But you have to be a little bit on the safe side. Can't gamble with your life. Here we go. Now my problem is this thing's going to be banging on the top of my Jeep. So the best thing I can do, put a piece of rubber hose on that. Oh. So let's tighten this. Let's tighten this down. Oh. There we go. There we are. Nice and tight. So all I got to do is put a piece of rubber hose around that so when it bangs on it, it's not making that banging noise. I put these two washers to stand it off, but it wasn't enough. So we'll see. Hey guys. Okay. I've been let's put this right here. I've been doing Ramwind Park stuff and getting my 1970 Jeep back in tip-top shape when I did something to my back while I was under the Jeep. See if you spot it when you watch the video, and I pulled something big time. So I have not been doing much the past couple of days because it still hurts pretty bad. It's better, but it's not completely better. But anyway, so I put together this toolbox right here because I didn't have a toolbox. I just had tools and tool bags and you name it. Gibbs rules. If you don't know who Gibbs is, look it up. So I have tools up in here. I've got screwdrivers and some pliers in there, and some wrenches in there, and wrenches in here. I got more tools to put in here, and you know, electric stuff down in here, and other sockets, and you name it. You name it, I've got it. And when you close it, it locks these drawers. But anyway, so we're going to be doing more stuff here in a minute. So let's get crack-a-lacking. Okay, this thing's been sitting for 6-8 months. So let's get crack-a-lacking here. And check the oil. That's right up to where it needs to be. We're going to check our coolant. And yes, it's got coolant. Oh yeah, there's plenty. In case you're wondering, this is only 7 pounds. The cap. So let me get it started. Okay, I got the choke pulled, I got the carburetor primed, got the ignition switch on. Clear prop! It's in neutral. It is spewing gasoline out of the fuel pump. But it's not spewing out of the gasoline out of the fuel pump, it is spewing it I don't ever remember taking that clamp off the fuel pump. That is suspicious. I cannot think of any reason why this upper fuel clamp right here should be loosened and moved. I have never, in all the years I've owned this Jeep, worked on that fuel system except to change the filter right here. That's a trip. It's no longer leaking. No longer leaking. That is the weirdest thing. I can't believe that somebody would remove that fuel or move that fuel clamp, or why they would do that. Unless they wanted this thing to catch fire. Because it was shooting gasoline out of the ground. It's all dried up now, but you can see the stain. Yeah. That's disturbing. Switch on. Clear prop. Starts instantly.
Didn't the first time anyway.
No, it was been sitting for a long time. Okay, I love you.
Love you too.
Okay, guys. I'm gonna take her on her first mission in a long time. Because the most important thing I can do right now is buy donuts. Oh! Hang on. Would you check and see if I have brake lights? Okay. Thank you.
Yes, you do.
Yeah. You want to make sure you have brake lights if you haven't driven a car in a lot of years or months. Especially cars in this old. The brake light switch is not inside the car like modern cars. The brake light switch is outside the car on the front of the master cylinder where it's exposed to the elements like mud and dirt and sand and crap like that, especially if you've been off-roading in it, and I haven't. Turn indicators still work. Donut parking only. I'll just park right here. Let's get some donuts. Back from getting donuts.